After a 10-year absence, the tall ships once again sailed into our harbours. Tasmanians from across our islands joined together celebrating this meeting of nations. It has been our particular gift to live in this extraordinary place and at the same time to connect with the whole world. While the tall ships danced on the waves, we gathered in other venues across our state and began another journey of connection.
The biggest challenge for us, particularly as parents of children here in Tasmania, is that unless we change from some of those traditional approaches to embrace these new ideas and new approaches to technology, our children will be leaving and exiting the island.
Healthcare issues in Tasmania are increasing demand for services and an increasing expectation to be able to access those services.
Islands all over the world are under ecological stress and they're under economic stress. We have to decide whether we go for more of the same or whether we try to do things different.
We began imagining a Tasmanian community network that one day may be the key to retaining the best of our past, the most satisfying of our present, and lead us into a future of our own design. The network begins with a vision. The vision is of people sharing resources, people accessing the best services, people learning in new ways, and people building their businesses, all supported by an enabling technology. Through the community network process, Tasmanians voice issues and explore solutions.
To carry with us this extraordinary environment and all its marvellous living components, at the same time set in place a vibrant economy is the single most significant challenge that we've got.
Tasmania's small, Tasmania's quality. Tasmania can be really good at a small number of things. What we have to do is figure out what they are. Not the things that we've done in the past, not the things that other places do well and do better, but the things that are uniquely ours. Let's create ourselves.
Throughout our history, we have defined work in powerful physical terms. Agriculture, creating wealth from our natural resources, expressing ourselves through art and music. Our future will be shaped by our ability to maintain these traditional means of earning our living, while redefining these through technology.
The wool market crashed and necessity dictated that we had to find another way of diversifying from just straight grazing. And along the way we found that we had a product people wanted, and I found that I liked business, and it all moved from there.
Tasmania was seen as being one of the places that was innovative, developing new ideas, new approaches to forestry. Those big forests are the forests today we have to conserve for their environmental and ecological value. We need to find clever ways of making use of trees that have been planted, thinner, smaller trees. Tasmania has developed a lot of the technologies there, and we have an opportunity of exporting those technical applications to other parts of the world.
The Aquatas salmon is ranked high in Japan. Why is it so superior? It is because people here are involved with the process. At the same time, they care very much about the quality of their products.
The Antarctic represents a unique environment, a place like no other in the rest of the world. There are so many unknowns which could have a significant impact. So the information coming out of there is extremely valuable. And this is the main role of the Australian Antarctic Data Centre, to gather all the information that's coming from the Antarctic and to disseminate that around the world.
In '82, the Antarctic Division wanted a sort of flying caravan shape, and Malcolm persuaded them that they needed an igloo shape instead of a caravan shape because it's more aerodynamic. Within 4 weeks we made the first igloo, and that was the first one that went down. Yes, they're called the melons.
I use technology within my work when it suits me. I work in the most conservative of all mediums just about, and that's bronze casting. But you need the backup of technology within the art world. It's impossible to turn your back on it. You can't be a Luddite and say, well, I don't want to know about it.
The Tasmanian Community Network is our 21st century opportunity to connect our best and to realise some powerful advantages. Throughout the world, integrated community networks allow teachers to extend their highly specialised skills to all students who have an interest or a need.
Our kids could have ready access to the best teachers we have.
Healthcare is greatly enhanced through the use of community networks.
We could bring specialists from anywhere in Australia virtually to our island. We could transfer records and films.
These are the films we're expecting.
Our doctors and nurses could continue their professional education, no matter where they practice.
Businesses, large and small, need access to compete.
We could provide that access and support both traditional and new Tasmanian businesses.
What we've really done here is taken a traditional cottage industry system, and with the use of technology, we've managed to bring it roaring into the 21st century.
We could provide support for some of the most unique and significant of Tasmania's resources.
The applications are limited only by our creativity, our ambitions, and our willingness to embrace these new possibilities.
In digital format. For example, we would have video that we would love to be able to put onto the web, but obviously video requires large bandwidth, so issues like that are important.
If you approach it right, technology can give you a lot of freedom.
I feel I produce the best knitwear in Australia, but I'd like to be a world leader in what we do.
The people who live here are very, very sensitive to change and what type of change it would be.
Let's really go places with this. Let's do our own thing instead of trying to copy what the rest of the world's doing. Let's create ourselves and market it and be proud of it and sell it to our kids so that they want to do it too.
This little island at the end of the earth can lead the world in finding new and smarter ways of doing things.
The tall ships will return. In 2003, when we celebrate our bicentennial, they will once again be a mighty symbol of our ability to journey forth into the future. And through imagination and daring, design that future to fulfill our particular Tasmanian dreams, to demonstrate to ourselves and the world that in the information age, there are no islands.
Oh, it's the best place to live in Australia, in the world, I reckon, yeah.